Hola, beautiful people. Welcome to 31 Blockers to my folks. Hey! So, today, I'm here to remind you that you can pay bills and still be a caretaker in a house where the landlord does not actually collect house rent, but you still do chores, and you have curfew. Today on set with me is the one and only...
Oh, I was meant to say my...
Yes, we say your name.
Expecting you to be the one to introduce me with the ground dressing. Okay, hello everyone, my name is Charles Enek.
Nice to meet you, Charles Enek. So just for the benefit of, for those who don't know you, what do you do? Who are you? Let's meet you.
Okay, again, everyone, my name is Charles Enek and I am a writer and a poet. And also, a lot of people that know me currently may not know this, but I'm also a musician.
Oh, wow.
I'm a rapper actually, hip-hop artist. Though I paused the music for a while to focus on some other things in life, and especially like my writing, more to my writing more than other things. But yeah, so basically I'm a writer, a poet, and a hip-hop artist.
Let me just tell you guys, you're looking at this face and you're saying, oh wow, I can imagine what he writes. Don't imagine, I can tell you, he writes really scary stuff. Like if you, I'll share it, don't worry. I'll attach a link to this so that you'll see for evidence sake. Today, the topic we're delving into is bills, chores, and curfew, the triple threat of every Nigerian youth. Yeah. Tell me, if today I say that the government wants to share money to every youth, but they're only going to share it to people who are still living with their folks, especially people on this block of 31 block and still with your folks, especially people on that block. Why do you think you should be on that list of people who will receive that money? What are you going through as a young adult living with your parents and government wants to just give you some more soft life? What do you think is the main reason why you should be on that list?
Okay, well, there's actually a detailed and specific question. And in my wildest dreams, I never thought I would be asked something like that.
Oh.
Well, I guess that's the point of the podcast like this. Actually, your garden and stuff like that. This good. That's why I'm messy.
Oh, thank you.
You're feeling yourself happy.
Oh, I have to.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So, well, if I'm going to be honest, now, while living in my parents' house, this goes on cons and everything. In a country like Nigeria, I'm a bit more focused on the pros.
Okay.
I'm going to be honest. So I don't want to like meet some sort of like, yes, I had some kind of stop and go to staying there like with the African taste I see finish. Oh
Lord.
Yeah, see finish, not giving kind of respect you think you deserve. And other stuff. And maybe also sending your chores and stuff like that. Make sure that you are an adult kind of thing. And if you decline, it may be like it will become a big deal. Because then in the end, first of all, you're obviously voting against your opponents. It's practically as much of a sacrilege as how Lucifer voted against God.
I am glad I'm not the one saying this.
That's how I can't see it.
Yeah.
So basically, I don't know if I should say so. It's like it's some sort of toxic circle or some kind of stuff in mirror, stuff like that. But basically, what I will say is, if I feel I deserve some sort of stipend that government is giving out to people who still stay in their place, especially people that the 31 block and still in my place.
That spectrum literally is now a spectrum.
Yes. Spare who's still in that particular metric.
Yeah.
Well, though I'm not of that metric yet, but still, a lot of people consider me quite fair to still be prepared. Yeah. So and apart from that fact, I think why I might deserve it is not because of any sad or sob story of how really struggling to pay the bills, sharing this with my people. I'm not even going to lie for in Nigeria. I don't come from a rich home, mainly, but like compared to though many other Nigerians are still better than me, but I'm still a bit privileged than many other Nigerians. Just actually, though independence is necessary, and I would like to explore the world for myself, because no matter how much freedom you have in your parents' house, there's still always going to be some communication attached.
Yeah.
So you're not going to have like I think the freest I've ever been, if that is actually the right word, I think, or rather the most free I've ever been was when I was still a student, when I was still staying, and stuff like that, because I could travel anywhere I want. I could now maybe the places I stayed may not be as but maybe one or two of my native's house or houses rather, maybe bury one or two of their houses. But it's like when I used to stay on my own laws, my own small apartment, when I used to stay in schools there, that kind of thing, may not be obviously as comfortable as my parents' house. But at least there was this freedom. There is this part of not with like there is this bliss that comes with being away from your family. Yeah,
you feel so free, and it's like there's nothing that can just bother me. I can do anything.
I can spread my wings and fly.
I can leave my cup on the fridge.
Yeah, you get that. I mean, I keep my stuff. Nobody's going to like shift it or like obviously no one's going to take my stuff, even like now I'm still my parents' house. But at least there's something like when you like keep your stuff and maybe someone just come. Though I have my own room currently.
Okay.
But there's nothing as where you keep something, you kept it here and you only meet it. Or like maybe where if you keep something and you come back and you don't see it, you first ask questions, don't move this thing, start asking everybody and all that. So yeah, I mean, that is also some sort of advantage.
Imagine coming home and shout, people carry my charger.
Well, I'm not going to shout it, but yes, start asking questions and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nothing like that. I explored. There's this thing, I don't know if maybe this is like more related to men or adults in general.
Okay.
But there's something there's something that comes with traveling and exploring the world for yourself. I find that is exploration, adventure. It's quite adventurous, so yeah, I like that.
Okay, I'm still going to attack you. You did not give us the exact reason why government should give you that money.
Okay, yeah. I'm sorry. So that's it.
Oh, please. You are free to digress, but you must come back.
I must come back, please. Yeah. You must hold me accountable.
I will.
Of course, I respect that. I like people that hold people accountable, especially human that can do that.
Oh.
So, what I feel I should get that money, first of all, a bit of independence. Maybe of a bit of a struggle, but like at least you are independent. At least you're not going to wake up to some sort of grammar, some sort of nagging,
get that privacy,
like that. And you have that privacy and also the free space to do whatever you want. Like now, I'm not saying I'm a humanizer, but if I was, I mean, I could be bringing as much chimas as I wanted to my cleaners. But if I was, I'm not saying I am me. I'm not just so you. So it's still an advantage. And if maybe I was to have like a girlfriend, which I don't currently, like not just
you heard it here. He's free and available.
I'm single. I'm very nice single. So if maybe I was to have like a girlfriend and obviously there's a limit, like I really can't be doing that to my house.
Your house, all the time.
Even if my parents were to, I think they may agree if they don't know she's my girlfriend. They might allow it. But even if they do know and they do allow it, I won't feel comfortable.
Yes, definitely. You won't feel that comfortable.
It's not going to be as should I say peaceful or interesting or as enjoyable as when it's coming over.
Almost as though someone is always going to knock on the door, someone is always going to ask you a question or send you somewhere.
Yes. And your spirit is not going to
you don't go there at peace. You like literally are waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, you always wait for one that negative mindset. So at least that's independence number one. Is why I think I might deserve that first.
Okay.
Number two, also it will have much more respect.
That's the finished thing.
That's it. That's the finished thing. See, I'm going to say it again. I am not struggling. Like at least in my case, I'm not going to say I know the home I came from. We are not rich per se, so at least we are very comfortable. And we are a bit more privileged than a lot of people. So I mean, I know a lot of things I'm enjoying in my parents' house. I don't even know who here. But all these things are still attached to disrespect. Some level of disrespect. However, though, I'm someone because I'm outspoken per se, and I'm someone who is quite transparent and straightforward. I always say it as it is. So if maybe my folks or even one of my siblings do something I'm not not down with, or I'm not,
you just let them know.
You kind of person I am. I call it scapegoat. So to avoid things like that, like I think that's the pain. It's not would, it will actually help a lot, and it's giving me that respect and all that. I mean, it's something as when your parents are not, and that thing, I noticed this actually when I was in the university. When you should not be known for a long period of time, there is some sort of leverage your parents they take you.
When you return, it's like the king is back. Well, they'll give you 2 days.
Give you 2 days.
Till the phone set.
African parents will with African parents.
So it's always like that. Okay, so talking about going back to school, university days, let me take you back a bit. And then talking about government giving you some kind of stipend. And relating it to bills now, right? Let me ask one question. What is the most ridiculous thing you have paid for at home, but it's like, it doesn't even make sense if you paid it or not, you will still collect?
Come to think of it, there's one I can think of now. I don't know if I'll say it was a bill per se, because sometimes it's public house. And not just that I will still collect or I will still collected all these things. I collected it. Yeah. So there was a time, now I'm not going to lie, currently I don't do much chores. In fact, I don't do chores currently. Actually, we kind of have the house dog for that. Because though for the good part of the previous years, I was actually doing chores, washing cars, washing plates, sweeping the house and all that. But at the particular point, I think them said they need, and also attending to my dad, who is quite old, very telling. A lot of things are not different from people. But he's still healthy though, thank you. But so this is a bit overwhelming. We've had a house help that, in fact, we had one that she was particularly a sister. Still it was for me for years, at least 10 years back. If I can remember, at least 10 years. I knew her ever since I was a child. So she left after when I was in GS1, so that kind of thing. But even when she was staying with us, mind you, we were still doing chores. No thing she would do is just put her clean. They were doing other things, wash plates. She's there already. In fact, she'll be the one to send us to wash plates.
That's a part of the typical African training.
Yes. So Ali did it. In as much as I was a bit privileged, my parents didn't raise us with that support. They didn't raise us with the support. They implemented like morals and also working ethics in us. Well, now coming back to this, now there's this boy that used to be in our neighborhood. I'm not going to call his name for obvious reasons. Let me just say his name is John. For the sake of this instance. My mom used to sometimes, there was a particular time when we were really having people that were chores, we were crazy, and so she could call John, she would carry some money, some friend and brother to clean us also. So at a particular point, she stopped calling because she felt he's not too consistent and he had other things to focus on. So there was a day my mom told me to, when did this thing happen? What's it? Either 2021 or 2020, I forgot to share. But there was a day she told me to do some things, whether clean the house and wash plates and all that. I didn't have the strength to do it. But whether I didn't have the strength or I was busy, I don't know. But I went to go and look for John because he stays in a neighborhood guy. So and I called him. I think I was going to pay some amount for getting. He came to bed. My mom came. Same thing on the streets. Told me to go out with the house. Then, no, in fact, I think she told me to tell him to leave the house. But she was nagging and it was audible, so he heard it. Like she was complaining out of audible, so she heard it. So he heard it, sorry. I knocked him to just do a call and maybe I'll call him back later or something. Forgot to see whether I still called him back later also. But when indeed he left, well, it's my interview matter, like to be honest. Me say if I talk about my mom because I do that because it annoyed me because I'm not going to like small things annoying. Sometimes, not every time too. So the thing and one thing about my mom is that she has a lot of nagging that will get into your spirits, something like that. So the way she was just attacking, and to me it was a small thing, but the way she made it out to sing, I thought, and this, why are you overreacting like this? I even say, don't worry, just leave it, I will do it later. In fact, did I even say I'll do it later? But I shall know I told her my mind in a little way. Later on, she was what I told her that she knew she overreacted. This is one of the only time, if not the only time, some of the only times, if not the only time I can remember her admitting something like this. No, not me, to be worth it, but since everything happened, they were not worth it, and they changed everything. So, yeah, nice to answer the question.
You know, if I tell you, like, there's something very, very, I would say funny that happens every once in a while to me in my own house, in my own case. Literally, like, you are paying for GoTV. You're doing this subscription for GoTV, but you're never watching the TV. You're never watching TV, but you're paying subscription for GoTV. Or you pay bill for PHCN, AEDC, as we call it in Abuja. You're paying for NEPA bill.
Yes.
And when you come back home, you see that light is on here, this is on there, everything is on everywhere. And in your own mind, you're like, at least let me save at least 2 days by offing some things. It's almost as though as you are going from one point and offing this thing, someone is walking behind you and back on. And you're like, God, why is it happening like this? And unfortunately, you cannot complain a lot of times because the person doing it is older than you. So how do you want to go start complaining? Imagine I start complaining and I say like, well, I'm the one paying this bill. Why are you? Then they will ask you, what about all the food you have been eating since you were born? Your school fees.
The normal emotional and psychological
blackmail. Oh God, I see that thing comes every now and then.
You see, like me, all up to our parents and God, I know they drive us and everything, but you see that emotional and psychological blackmail.
They are superheroes when it comes to
that. Like, nobody does it more than them.
Nobody.
They are literally OP when it comes to that area. Because, wow, that emotional cycle, all the money I've been giving you. In fact, all the food you have been eating. In fact, my roof you are staying under.
Thank you.
My water you use. My city you can eat. My gas you use at your leisure. All the money I've been giving you. In fact, sometimes they may even like negate the money they give you in school and all that. Sometimes they may. They will say, okay, your school fees I paid. Everything. My water is even the that you are going, my water heater you are using. That
the bed you are sleeping on.
The fun you are enjoying.
I'm actually glad they have never told us that the breath we are taking is because they gave birth to us.
I mean, probably it doesn't enter their head to do that. Probably they've never thought about it. Because African parents feel that you owe them not just your life, your body, your soul, your spirit,
your shadow, too,
your whole existence. You owe it to them for giving you life. I don't know, like I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything, because my mom and my dad, they really tried their best, especially my mom. I know how a lot of times when she came through, but yeah, the amount of time they might use those things as, I don't want to say leverage, but
it is at this point.
At this point it is, but
also then, you know,
against you, like,
I'm actually glad for one thing though, that for the fact that I'm still living with my folks, I am glad about one thing, especially when it comes to our parents, my mom specifically. Like, when your mom prays for you, it covers any kind of leverage they want to use against you. That prayer, oh God. See, I tell people that, you see, my life, this grace I'm living in, is not by my prayer, and my mama prayer. Because I feel me down, say rosary 2 days straight up. But if my mama just touch me, pray for me 2 minutes, I feel like say she don't pray me for 2 years to come. You go cover me 2 whole years. If you like, tell me, say the breath what I get now because of you, I don't mind. Pray that prayer. Just keep praying that prayer. And I feel like it covers a whole lot of things. While there are the pros and cons, sometimes I just like to, like you said, I just like to focus on the pros and just enjoy the benefits. Because sometimes I feel like last if I vex, make I sleep, wake up, see food chop. Everything don't clear.
Everything has cleared, honestly speaking.
Literally everything has cleared. See, let me talk about something concerning chores. There is this thing that happens when, especially if you are not part of the first 3 kids at home and you have like 3 elders, maybe they are living at home or not living at home. If you have elders, let's say for the point where they are living at home, and then your parents will tell you to go and wash plates. Most times, the plate you are washing, you didn't even use one. even spoon inside you did not use. But they'll tell you to constantly go and wash plate. And sometimes it's garri that will soak. And they cannot rinse that cup. Like...
Okay, so Mercy, thank you for having me, and I enjoyed this session. It was quite fun and captivating. So yeah, and as Mercy told you guys, my name is Charles Enek. I am a writer, a poet, and a musician, mostly into hip hop. But right now I'm more focused on my writing. So I have a short story that came out recently. It's titled "Mirror, Mirror on the Wall." Quite captivating. And if you are someone who loves thriller, horror, mystery, paranormal stories, and stuff like that, or if you're just someone who loves a good story, it's available on the store seller. It's for free. You can download it for free. And also, I published my first book titled "An Unusual Boarding Experience." That one is not for free. It's for purchase. It's at the moment is going for the price of 3,000 naira. In dollars, it is $11. In pounds, it is £9 sterling. So you can patronize my work and get the book for yourself and read it. It's quite an interesting story. Trust me, you're going to love the book, and the money is worth it. Like, you're going to enjoy the story in the book. But for the ones who don't have money to purchase the book now, you can still go for the recent free story I wrote titled "Mirror, Mirror on the Wall." Trust me, it's going to blow your mind. So yeah, thank you, and do well to check out my work. Peace out.